stay just for this moment. Allow your eyes to close gently. You might notice your body releasing tension as you open your mind. Picture this. It's the beginning of the new year. You are inside your new home that you paid for easily. As you look around, a sensation takes over your body. You truly feel proud of what you accomplished. You let that feeling grow more and more inside your heart. A smile gently starts to form effortlessly on your face. Everything in your house is so beautiful and reminds you of all the hard work you had to put in order to get there. It's lovely to be in the position you're in. You feel so grateful to be surrounded by beauty, love, and luxury. If someone would have told you a year ago that you'd be in the position you're in today, you would have not believed them. You didn't even know a place so perfectly made for you existed. The ceilings are so high, the windows are so big, and you feel at home in your heart. After looking around a little bit, you sit at your desk. It's a wood desk with rich tones and delicate carvings. As you are about to turn your computer off, you notice you forgot to deposit a transfer of $80,000 in your account. You must have been too busy enjoying your life. As you accept the transfer and close your computer, you start thinking about ways that you'll be using this extra money. You smile as this used to be a lot of money to you. It still is, but you now make that amount multiple times a year. You feel so good. Pictures of your loved ones are decorating your house. It feels so good to be able to invest in those who matter to you. It also feels incredible to invest in your dreams, in your loved ones, and in yourself. You feel so glad you started when you did, and so happy that you never gave up. After all, you knew if you stick around for long enough, you'll eventually get in. You can't get enough of this feeling of satisfaction, inspiration, and healthy pride. You did it. You successfully reached your goals, and you are so excited for what's to come. Life never ceases to surprise you, and you flow with it. You roll with the punches. You gave up all expectations, all control, and life rewarded you with a better situation than you could have ever imagined. You now go to your living room. You can see your city from there. You light a candle, and your favorite smell permeates the room. You breathe in. As you hear the comforting crackles of the candle slowly burning, you look out your window to see people outside enjoying their night. You are excited about your plans for tonight. It's snowing outside. The city is vibrant. You now live in the exact neighborhood you've always wanted to live in. As always, you take a few minutes to express gratitude. You think to yourself, thank you for allowing me to reach my goals. Thank you, God, for allowing me to reach my goals. Thank you, God, for allowing me to reach my goals. Thank you, God, for allowing me to reach my goals. This is only the beginning, and I am baffled to see it in front of my eyes. It has already happened, but I will never take any of this for granted. I feel so lucky to experience life this way. I know that what is for me will always be for me. I know that what is meant for me will always be meant for me. Of the time we never even got a chance to witness. And sometimes it's only the best that we remember how it was at the beginning when you just met, but sometimes it's also the worst, the difficulties, the reason you might feel so strongly about them. And you deserve better. I know it's tempting to go back, and I know sometimes we don't feel like we have all of the perspective needed to understand our worth. But it is so important that you trust your life, your decisions, and that you stay at peace with them. Yeah, it's definitely a way to honor yourself, to respect your choices, but it's also a way for you to walk in the storm that is life and be your own rock. Understand that the decisions you make can hurt, especially when they're the right one for you and your growth. It's okay sometimes to feel like you've given someone everything you could and they gave you everything they could. When we're not growing, nurturing, helping each other, sometimes it is best to let life guide you to your next growing experience. No, it's not always going to be a relationship, or else we would be serial daters, but sometimes it's bad news at work. It can also be difficult family situations where we have to stay strong. I know, it's tiring sometimes. But when you trust that you make the right decisions according to your gut feeling and your judgment, you're always walking in truth, even in the instances where it hurts, you know. I know. And a part of you gotta be confident and okay, even when people make you feel or think like you are not seeing what's right for you. They come back most of the time to see if they can. If you are accessible. A lot of people like to have access to you, but they don't really care. And that's not just you, that's everyone. It's more of a personal ego trip than a real desire to build something, to give a part of who you are and who they are. And that's really what it is. It's giving a part of yourself. And how many parts of yourself have you gave up for almost nothing? How many parts of yourself are you still picking up from the ground and trying to glue together? And sometimes it drops and you do the best that you can to keep a straight face and keep going. Something slips, you have a trigger, you feel triggered. Something reminds you of that time where you were treated poorly, and you have to deal with that for the rest of your life. And those are invisible challenges for people around you. And that's why I'm saying it's important that you protect yourself. Don't block yourself out. But given the opportunity, always ask yourself, what am I giving myself away for? Is this person worthy, based on their actions, to have access to a part of me that is fragile? And I'm not saying weak. I'm not saying that you're a weakling or you're weak or you're not strong enough. You've just met a bunch of people that didn't know how to treat you. And I understand you're tempted to go back. When you texted me about it, I wanted to talk to you and let you know face to face, because it's hard to text you these things. It's a lot of words, and I want to make sure that you understand my tone and the real message behind it, which is you've been going through a lot. And are you actually ready to go back into a situation where you've seen the result? The lack of sleep, doubting yourself, trying to teach people how to treat you, trying to communicate your needs and feeling like you're asking for too much, giving things in hopes of receiving them, teaching people how to care for you and how to treat you. A situation in which flow doesn't seem to exist, and you are trying to prove to yourself that you can fix it. Maybe it's because you don't communicate well enough. You're so quick to blame yourself. A lot of people aren't cool. A lot of people aren't nice. A lot of people don't have your best interest at heart. So start treating people accordingly. And when you go back into something, make sure you understand what has changed. What is different? With actions. And if it's not a good feeling in your stomach. I don't think we feel a lot in the stomach to begin, but you know, these gut feelings, like down your gut. If it's not good, nothing you will do will ever make it good if it is not good to begin. I know it sucks to hear. And what's trying to be communicated to you in these instances is your aura, your sixth sense, your magnetic energetical field around you that is guiding you through life and showing you who's for you and who's not. And when you have that sinking feeling, you can fight it. You can try to make it something else. But nothing will change it. And don't worry about time. Don't worry about how much time you spent, how much time you lost. Oh, Lord. As if you lost anything. As if you weren't in an experience for the sake of being in one. At that time, you thought it was the best option possible for you. You did the best that you could. And I'm proud of you for that. But don't get sucked into this mindset of, well, I wasted my time. I wasted their time. I can never have that time back. While that's true, and I can understand how it feels, you deserve more compassion. You spent your time that way. Let's make sure that you don't spend more of it moving forward in a direction that leads to self-guilt, self-hate, and much more. Your superpower is to understand that what's meant for you will always be meant for you. And the fight that you're having with yourself for the pride of making something work that was never meant to work to begin with has no prize, has no reward at the end of it. There's nothing to win. So how could you lose time? How can you win time? By not going back. Give yourself a favor and take some time for yourself. Real time for yourself. It's time for you to be selfish. It's time for you to be the loving partner that you deserve and that you have somewhere, but that just hasn't manifested in your life yet. But don't worry. You don't have to think about it. There's nothing for you to do. You've done the work. Especially if you focus on yourself. Focus on what makes you happy and let them go. You both have given to each other everything you needed to give. Let's respect that and allow both of you to grow more. And while it will be hard sometimes, I'm sure, you will find a lot of power in the strength you'll build. And one day, it will all make sense. And the best part is that you can't even imagine how good it's going to be for you. But you have to trust the process. You're like on an edge. Your future is on another edge. And you are trying to jump. You are trying to, I don't know, doing something crazy, fly. When in reality you have to build a bridge so that you can party, Christmas party. And I figured you don't want to be late. I figured, but is that correct? Okay, I mean, you have some time before. Do you mind if I stay here and chat with you a little bit? I understand if you need some time for yourself too. For holidays I'm not doing anything crazy. Just a little dinner with my family, as usual. What about you? You don't mind if I play with your hair, right? Just making sure. I mean, no, I don't think it's abnormal or weird. So what you're saying is that you pretty much feel like the holidays can be heavy. You're having some tensions with your family. A lot of people don't feel excited about Christmas, or going in their families. Hope is not a strategy. I know you would hope to feel differently, but what you said also, I don't think is helping you a lot, where every year you're hoping for it to be better, but it doesn't seem like a lot changes outside of the holiday, like Christmas or New Year, I mean, how can Christmas be better than last year if you haven't changed anything with your family in between? No, I don't think it's your responsibility, but I know that it hurts a little bit more when we have expectations. When we go into something wishing for it to be a certain way or go a certain way, instead of simply going, knowing that it might not be the best time ever, and being okay with that, Of course you can tell me about it. I'm here to listen. I feel like that's something that we all do. And at least you're being honest with yourself about it. I know it doesn't mean that you don't love them, and it doesn't make you a bad person. People are themselves before the role. Before the role that they have to carry. Yeah, like you might love your parent a lot, even though a part of you feels frustrated and disconnected. Of course, I don't think that's being mean. I think it's good that you're also thinking about this before going. Just so you can make a commitment to yourself that no matter what happens, no matter how it goes, I'm willing to be patient. I don't expect things to be significantly better from last Christmas, but I will not regret going because I feel like a part of me wants to. Yeah, it's the part of you that wants to overcome that. Nobody wants to have a difficult relationship with their families, and this kind of mental prep will give you the strength, or at least the backbone, to not necessarily react. You're right, it's kind of an expectation, but you're not hoping for something that you haven't had proof might be the energy, might be the vibe. If you look back on your previous holidays and you felt frustrated, you felt a little bit misunderstood, we can expect that to happen. And even if it happens, we know that it's not because you're hard to understand. It's not because you're not a good kid, or you're not patient enough, or you ask for too much, or you require too much. Because people are who they are before being a parent. And I'm not too sure about yours, but sometimes people don't understand what it means to have a certain role. And they do the best that they can with the knowledge that they have. And by doing so, sometimes it's not exactly what you needed, but we can accept things for what they are without putting the blame on yourself, you know? Exactly. If you're blaming yourself, then you're not really doing any better. You're not being the presence that you craved, that you felt like you needed. And by having realistic expectations, you can anticipate and choose to react a little bit less. I know, it's hard to do. That's why thinking about it first and writing about first really allows you to have like a mental plan, like a mental game, if that makes sense. And it's okay if it takes you more time, if you feel like you can't even go this year. They probably will. I'm not saying they'll be happy about it. But this is real forgiveness, where first you allow yourself to feel the resentment, the pain, the anger. By doing so, you at least are being authentic and true to yourself. You can't give to people before giving to yourself. You can't fill other people's cup if yours is empty. We don't know how much time it will take, but it will take the amount of time that you need. And we gotta be okay with not knowing. We gotta be okay with deceiving people sometimes. They will understand. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not anytime soon, maybe not anytime soon. But trust me, they will. And by that time, it will all make sense. But don't feel guilty for feeling anxiety around the holidays. A lot of people feel that way. And at least you're being honest with yourself. You're not lying to yourself. This work get-together holiday will lift you up. When is it? Because remember, you told me about that. Yeah, go get ready. Dress up. Feel yourself. Feel, just the excitement of getting together with people. You are so loved. You are so loved and you are so needed. And I'm sorry you don't feel like that with the people that are closest to you. But just know that you can recreate family, and it shall come. One day you will feel that level of closure with friends or other people that might not be related by blood to you, but it will happen. You are not born to be alone. Trust me. How long did it take for you to do it? Okay. Okay, I see you. I always knew you were very powerful. I'm not surprised. But if it was anybody else, I would be very surprised. Because you've always shown that you had a desire to be great. How do I know that? Well, it's not like you need me to remind you, but I'll do it anyways. You put a lot of strength and passion into everything that you do. And even if sometimes it feels like you don't see the results right away, deep down in your heart, you know that it will all pay off. But deep down in your heart, you know that it will all pay off. And you've been so patient. And patience is a strength. Patience is a strength. It separates you from constantly chasing after immediate pleasure that often doesn't last. And delayed gratification. And you have a great balance. You have a great balance for that. So that's why I'm not surprised. There is a lot of things I'm sure you've done over the past year. And this is another one of your accomplishments. And there is many more to come. Yeah, exactly. I mean, of course, we're proud of you. But you've always known that greatness is your destiny, and it would be foolish for you to fight it. You've always known that you are made for success. You are made for fun, creation, exploration, whatever you feel passionate about the most. That is a choice that was always for you to make. And you're slowly getting there. Don't know exactly what the plan is for you, but you keep putting on actions that are beneficial to you and others. And you trust that life is going to build around. You trust, you gotta trust that life is going to build around your decisions. Life is not going to punish you, isolate you, discard you for a decision. You know that. But life is going to work around your decisions with you. And the decisions you've been making for yourself are great. And I'm sure you know that. But the fact that you keep putting your best foot forward daily makes me feel like you completely understand and feel your personal power, don't you? Exactly, and you did it so fast too. Exactly, and you did it so fast too. I told you, for a lot of people, it takes more time. And the real reason you made it faster is because you're patient. When you're patient, you trust that what is meant for you will always be meant for you. There's no need to rush. There's no need to doubt. There's no need to stress. Because what is made for you will always find you. I mean, it's different for everyone. Not everybody has the same objective or purpose. But you got to keep on trusting yours. And you're doing just fine. You're doing just fine. Because you're patient, exactly. Well, when you have that patience, you don't fall in the process short of believing in your why. And so a lot of people, when they lack patience, they will stumble over and over, and they will have to take time to reassess themselves and start again. And this is a cycle which ultimately may seem like it's faster because people do a lot really quick, but it goes down as quick because they have these doubts. And the fact that you've been committed, just doing what you need to do on a regular basis, it makes a lot of sense that you finally achieved this goal. And you totally deserve it. You deserve the happiness that you can envision in your heart. In your heart. In your heart. You deserve. You deserve deserve the happiness that you can envision in your heart. You have, and how powerful you are. And even in times where you forget, you always go back to remembering who you are. And to be fair, it's not like you had a choice. A lot of people don't understand that being strong most of the time isn't a choice. You're not strong because you want to become strong or you really desire that label. You get strong because you don't have a choice. And of course, it's remarkable to be able to deal with your circumstances, make the best out of it, and become this amazing person that you are. That doesn't even stop, barely needs to rest, always on the grind, always on the go. Sometimes you just need a hand to hold that's not yours. And for that, you're gonna need to trust. I know you trust yourself now because you've seen how much power you hold. You've taken yourself out of insane situations, and I'm proud of you for that. You've been your support system for so long. You decided that you wanted better for yourself, and that didn't remain an idea or a wish or a dream. You got in a better situation. I'm so proud of you for that. You don't need people's validation anymore. You understand why you do the things that you do. And I'm so proud of you for that. Now, you know a little bit too much about yourself even. You're so self-aware that you've become a little critical of what you do, how you speak, how you appear to other people. And I can't blame you. It's very humble to blame yourself for everything. It's something that I think holds a lot of value because you seek answers. Sometimes people can't give them to you. And it's admirable to seek answers, reasons, and to mostly find them within yourself. Because if you find them in yourself, you can grow, you can improve, you can avoid making the same mistake, I suppose, or you really do learn from experience. And right now I feel like it's time for you to expand those experiences, not only to you, but to other people. You can try to not hurt anyone in the process or truly be the best version of yourself, but the reality is that no experiences are the same. The experience is limited to when you live it, when you experience it, when it happens. No two people are the same, no two situations are the same, and you'll have to trust that you'll continue to do the best that you can. But you can't isolate like that forever. I don't know who you're trying to protect from yourself, but you're not a burden. You're fun to be around. You're loved. You have great energy. You spark ideas. You hold a lot of value. And it's a little selfish to keep it all to yourself. Of course, I'm joking. Or am I? It's like when you say you can't judge people on their potential. Well, you can't judge yourself on your potential either. And sometimes you forget how much you've been enduring and how much obstacles you've overcome and how much progress you've really made emotionally, mentally, the people you forgave. And I'm so proud of you for that. And there will never be a perfect moment where you feel like now you're ready to put yourself out there and be hurt again. Maybe. I don't exactly know what's going on in your head, but there has to be a little bit of self-protection, which I can't blame you for after being a little reckless for so long. You hold so much power. You are a blessing to other people's life. And it is not because a lot of people messed you up, didn't treat you the way you deserved, that everyone will. You can't apply your experience with other people to the next one. It can help you navigate it differently, and it will impact your own behavior in that new experience. But the person that you're facing is a completely different person. And if you don't trust them, if you're not willing to give them your trust, at least you will continue to repeat the same experiences that somehow explain and give reason to that isolation or that self-protection shield that you've built for yourself. Even though you and I know how much you've endured, how much you've bounced back from these days where you thought might be the last one, when you felt like there was nothing to look forward to, and now there is. And you gotta share that with people. I mean, you don't got to do anything. If you don't want to listen to me, of course, don't listen to me. But we know I've been able to see through your mask before. We probably have much more in common than you'd think. And all of this comes from a place of understanding. Your power and your greatness is untouchable. You've come to a point where it really is now. It is untouchable. Somebody else breaks your heart? Okay. Somebody in business do you wrong? Okay, been there. Someone tries to take advantage of you, a close friend, a family member. Okay. You've been through so much. And realistically, all the experience you gathered is applicable to you. You are going to behave differently, and you got to trust yourself in that process. You've mastered your mind, and you're getting closer to the mindset you need to roll with the punches. And I don't mean rolling slowly, I mean rolling on a good speed. I mean rolling on the highway with the punches, and I mean punches from left, right, center, up, down. Punches from the fourth dimension. You can handle that for sure. And people who try to make you feel small will always be smaller. And people that try to make you feel the way they felt were never the people you looked up to anyways. The real gift you can give yourself this year is the commitment to this path, where there is going to be discomfort, there is going to be disappointment. The world didn't change, you did. You can't expect people to stop being the way they are. We need people like them so there can be people like us. You must hold on to the belief that whatever is thrown at you, you can handle. You will never give up this vision that you have in your heart. You are so powerful. Don't you dare to forget and act the way that made you feel disappointed in yourself before. If you forgot that feeling, I remember. And you told yourself never again. So it's time to live these words and walk the talk and go in that direction that, while it doesn't make too much sense, it never had to for you. You will make sense out of what is thrown your way, and you will walk in certainty, because what is meant for you will always be meant for you. Sometimes I wonder if you're doing it on purpose. I mean, putting your hands like that over your eyes, pretending, giving people too much power over you, when in reality, it's just that you have too much power for yourself. The world didn't change, you did. And you will be able to handle anything that is thrown your way. And it's not like you needed me to say that, but it can't hurt to hear it.